When you play Dungeons and Dragons, there's a dungeon master and then there's a couple of players. And the dungeon master controls the story and gives the players cues. The lay of the land, is there a village? How big is the village? Are there people? What kind of people? These are cues. And going by the dungeon master's cues, the players enter into a shared fantasy. Everyone's imagination works differently, so everyone's fantasy is a little bit different, but it's close enough that people are able to play together and wander around together in this shared fantasy. That mindset, that headspace that you go into when you're sitting with friends playing Dungeons and Dragons, that is the mindset of the narcissist. Only with a narcissist, they feel like if they're ever forced to stop playing, that they'll shrivel up and die. It's not that they don't want to stop, it's that they don't know how. So they do everything they can to keep people in the game, keep people in the shared fantasy. And now, if you take this outside of the realm of Dungeons and Dragons and apply it to real life, this means manipulation, coercion, violence, etc. You have to keep playing with them, or else they're going to disappear. And if you even threaten to stop playing the game with them, then they will immediately discard you and go searching for someone else to play with. And the people they like to play with the most are people that don't even know that they're playing a game. Because then the narcissist gets to be the dungeon master. They get to be the controller of the narrative. Dungeons and Dragons is life or death for these people. Well, you might ask, why are these people like this? Trauma. Either it's because their real life is such a nightmare that they refuse to even look at it, or it's because they were never shown how to be a real person in the first place. Like a baby can be conditioned into becoming a narcissist. It's real easy, in fact. The baby knows the difference between playtime and just existing, but if the parent is a narcissist and only wants to play Dungeons and Dragons all the time, well, the baby knows that either it figures out how to play Dungeons and Dragons or no milk. Babies aren't stupid, they're just ignorant, which makes them the perfect playmate. It's not complicated. The problem is people don't understand it. So they don't understand it, so they don't recognize it. And narcissism is something that needs to become widely understood because the second you can spot it, you are in control. So knowledge is power.